Hey investors, today we are analyzing the Savannah, Georgia real estate market. We're going to take a look at the overall market, and then we're actually going to analyze an actively listed investment property to look at things like cash flow, cash on cash return, return on investment. If this is your first time to our channel, welcome. I'm Dave Hathaway. On this channel, I discuss real estate, investing, and building wealth. This video is part of our Deal Day series where we look at a new property in a new market to determine if it's going to make financial sense and can it help us build generational wealth. The address we're going to look at today is 621 West 38th Street, Savannah, Georgia, 31415. But before we look at that individual property, I always think it's important to look at the overall market fundamentals to know that we're investing in a market that has a rising tide and it's not going to be fighting against us. So this market of Savannah, the top three economic drivers are number one, the Port of Savannah, number two, tourism, and number three, manufacturing. Doesn't have any Fortune 500 companies headquartered there, which I always like to see. However, it does have some large companies that have big presence there, including Gulfstream Aerospace, Kinder Morgan, and Owens Corning. So that's a great thing and help with the local economic scene. Doesn't have any major sports teams there. However, it does have the Savannah Bananas. They're like a minor league baseball team. I read about them a few times. They're relatively famous because they not only are like super profitable, but it's almost like baseball. They're almost like the Harlem Globetrotters for baseball, where they're an entertainment venue. They also have the Savannah Ghost Pirates, which is a minor league hockey team. It does have an international airport, the Savannah Hilton Head International Airport. And some cool things about the market there in Savannah are that it boasts one of the largest national historic landmark districts in the US, which I find interesting. Investors, if you like this kind of content that I put out, I do it for free, and I'd be honored if you'd hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe thing, as it really shares the love, and I'd appreciate it. Moving on to the overall stats of the market, Savannah has a population of 147,845, which isn't huge for a city, but it has been growing, and you can see by the graph that it's been going kind of up and to the right. Not the best one I've ever seen, but definitely fine. And it's been growing at 0.26%, which is good. It has job growth of 3.08%, which is great. It has an unemployment rate of 3.5%, which is lower than the national average. Average salaries in Savannah are $51,000, which is decent. And then median sales price of homes are $345,000. It's up 5.9% year over year, which means the market is doing well. Homes sell on average of 36 days on market, and that is the same as last year. So this market has been holding strong. Other markets around the US have been showing some signs of cracks and have been dropping. Savannah is holding strong, showing that it is a strong market with good fundamentals. The median rent here is $2,200. It's down $100 month over month, but not the worst thing in the world. And its price to rent ratio is 13.06. If it's under 15, that shows that you can often find cash flow in the market. So that is a good thing. So overall market, I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up. I'm going to say all systems are a go. There's nothing in there that scares me that says, hey, this market might not be doing well or is trending down. It's trending in the right direction. I like the market fundamentals. So moving on to the Google Street Test, which is what I use just when I'm looking up a property to determine, hey, is this an okay neighborhood? Should I dive any deeper, or should I just X this deal right here? And so looking at the Google Street View test, I laugh a little bit because the house next door has Christmas decorations. My wife would be proud of me saying, hey, it's a good thing, even if it's year round. They're not done terribly. So the rest of the houses on the street look pretty good. Looks like there's a few houses that have been fixed up. it actually looks like this house was boarded up, as you see on the Google Street View test. And it's a good thing when you might be picking up the worst house on the street, bringing it up to speed. And so it's going to basically increase the value of all the houses around, including your house. The last thing I noticed is the house next door. It has some really nice chairs on there with nice cushions. And so these are things that I'm going to notice when I look at Google Street View to know that people in that house care. You don't have just junk outside, trash outside, super cheap chairs, tons of chairs, but you have nice outdoor seating next door. So you know that your next door neighbors care. And that's why I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up for the Google Street View test. It's going to get a pass. Moving on to the listing details of this property. It's listed currently for $259,000. It is a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, single-family property. It has 1,811 square feet. It was built in 1930, so kind of an older property. And my rehab suggestions when I go through the picture of this property is I definitely update all the light fixtures, the fans in the property. Savannah is usually known to be a little bit warmer, so it's nice to have ceiling fans in certain areas so it puts less wear and tear on your heat pump overall, and that means you're going to get less maintenance calls. They're not going to have to turn down the heat pump as much. This is going to save you guys money in the long run, even if it costs you money up front to put in ceiling fans over just light fixtures. So I don't love the popcorn ceilings, but at this price point, it can wait down the road. I'd probably say by just looking at the condition of the house and that there's 2 window units that you either don't have a heat pump, and so I'd say you probably should budget to install a heat pump. You do have returns and vents, so it looks like they have the ductwork there, whether that's they have a furnace in there, but they don't have AC, and maybe that's what they're using the window units for. That's some of the things that you start to think about and then have to realize, hey, I should budget for this in my reno. I would cap the exterior trim on the outside, like right below the roof. I'd cap the pillars, which is with as much aluminum capping as I could, aluminum vinyl capping as I could, just because I hate exposed wood. It just means you're going to have to paint it or you're going to have to maintain it over time. The last thing, actually, there's 2 other things that I notice. I would install frame mirrors in the bathroom, nice frame mirrors to really give it a pop look and give that bathroom kind of a nice look. And then looking at the kitchen, I think you have to take out the kitchen cabinets, put in new kitchen cabinets. I don't see a stove in there. I don't see an over-the-range microwave. I don't see a refrigerator. So you're going to have to put in some stainless steel appliances. And I want to say that an over-the-range microwave is a must, and that I think you're going to lose out on rent and potential tenants if you don't have it. So I think it's a must. I put them in every single one of my properties, so I'd put one in here. So you're probably going to have to redo the whole kitchen. So my rehab budget on this one, it's going to be about $20,000. You could probably use more. You might be able to use less, but somewhere around the $20,000, $25,000 range. When I look at Zillow's rental rates, it's estimating $2,009 is what it thinks that you can rent this property out. Looking around the area, I tend to agree. I've noticed that there's somebody trying to rent out a new townhouse and just rent it by the room, and they're trying to charge about $1,000 per room, $800 for rent, $200 per utilities. And so I do think that is reasonable, and that's only a couple blocks away. Property taxes are $1,707, so not bad at all. When you look at the cash flow analyzer, it shows $1,415.13 is your cash on cash return if you were to purchase this property all cash. I did put in a purchase price of $235,000, and the reason being they've dropped this house $10,000 already. It's been on the market for 77 days. So it's coming up on 3 months. So this property is still overpriced. It hasn't moved. They changed the price back in June. They haven't changed it again. But if I'm offering, I'm definitely offering lower than list. The market's kind of changed over to more of a buyer's market than a seller's market. So I think you are totally fine coming in lower. Your cash on cash return on this one is 6.45%, which is not great. If you get a 30-year fixed loan, your cash on cash return goes to $202.95 or 3.7%. If you've watched any of our videos, I don't love that. It does cash flow, so that's good. I'd much rather it be at $300, $400, or if possible, $500. But as you get into better areas, it's really hard to achieve a $500 cash flow each month unless you put a really hefty down payment down. But I'd try to achieve, somewhere of like $350, $400 cash flow on this one if I was purchasing it. I do think because it's relatively close to downtown and it's relatively close to the Riverwalk, it's close-ish, that you will see decent amount of appreciation over time. Savannah is a really cool place. It's got a lot of charm, and so I only think that population growth is going to continue. This is going to be a place that people seek out for vacation. So if you purchase in a decent area, I can only think that over the long period of time, you're in real estate, you're in it for the long run, it's just going to go up in value. So I'd recommend that this could be an okay long-term rental if you get it the right price. Maybe $215, maybe $210. You come in and you get it up to running and up to snuff. For all these market analysis, I don't know these areas intimately. I don't know Savannah intimately. So if you guys think that there is better areas that you're investing in, you're like, that is a terrible area, let me know. Hey, Dave, you're an idiot. I would never invest in that area. You should invest over here. This is where the good properties are. I don't know. I'm not a local to this market. It's not Baltimore. It's not Northern Virginia. I don't know. I'm just going off the few things of looking at Google Maps, seeing where the universities are, seeing where the Costco's are, seeing where the Starbucks are. And then I kind of pinpoint, hey, I think this might cash flow. I think it might be a decent deal. And then I go from there. But if you think that I'm wrong, definitely let me know. Hey, this is a terrible area to invest in. You're going to lose your shirt. Don't invest here. Or if you think that this is a good area, let me know. Say, hey, Dave, in the comments below. Hey, this is a great area. Investors, I appreciate you watching this video. Again, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. I'll see you on the next one.